Next, Gregory Peck and Jane Wyman star in the Academy Award-winning story of The Yearling. An exclusive world television premiere. Disney Nighttime proudly presents Soul 88, 16 Days of Glory. Emmy Award-winning filmmaker Bud Greenspan unveils his special Olympic vision that chronicles the dreams, aspirations, and ideals of the athletes who participated in the 24th Olympiad. Tonight, relive those unforgettable moments. It's the world television premiere of Soul 88, 16 Days of Glory.
It's a story of a family coming together.
Sounds like a great picture.
Shut it out.
For a little romance, a little sorrow,
I'm an emotional wreck.
and a lot of laughter on a very special occasion.
Can we give the Rock Gibraltar to Grandpa for his birthday present? What is the Rock at Gibraltar?
It's the heartwarming story uniting generations in an inspiring celebration of life. Burt Lancaster stars in Rocket Gibraltar.
Sunday night showcase is rocking and rolling you back to the era of Beatle Cuts and Go-Go Girls with the 60s musical celebration featuring the hit British music show Ready, Steady, Go. This Sunday, host Dave Clark of the Dave Clark 5 brings you exclusive performances by The Who, The Rolling Stones, plus a special half hour featuring the great Otis Redding live in concert. It's all on Ready, Steady, Go, the 60s musical celebration.
Coming to the Disney Channel, a special encore presentation of the Emmy Award-winning miniseries, Anne of Green Gables.
We're getting a little boy from an orphanage in Nova Scotia, and he's coming in on the afternoon train.
Based on the internationally acclaimed novel by Lucy Maud Montgomery.
It's a girl.
I can see that. Where's the boy?
You don't want me because I'm not a boy?
A young girl who won their hearts with her love.
That little girl ought to have all the kindness we can give her.
And whose spirited nature led her through an unforgettable childhood filled with mischief, friendship,
What kind of ghost would you say live in here?
and her first love.
Can we be friends now?
Richard Farnsworth, Colleen Dewhurst, and Megan Follows.
Doesn't matter where I go. Always be your Anne.
Anne of Green Gables, this month. And in February, the saga continues with the critically acclaimed sequel to Anne of Green Gables, Anne of Avonlea. Here's a peek at some of the incredible premiere films coming only to the Disney Channel. Hayley Mills stars as the mother of a war-torn family in England.
The crux of the story, it's what makes it so interesting, is the effects that the war has had on these three generations of women. The little girl, Rusty, played by Haley Carr, she has been evacuated to America when she was 7. 5 years later comes back. A little American.
What's wrong with the way I talk?
My dear, we have a saying here. Don't speak until you are spoken to.
Hayley Mills stars in the stirring drama, Back Home. It's an all-star free-for-all as Shelley Duvall conducts a wild musical romp through Rhineland.
Mother Goose created us all. And if she ever left Rhineland, we would all disappear. Oh! You've got to find her before we all disappear.
Gene Stapleton, Harry Anderson, Paul Simon, Little Richard, Cyndi Lauper, Howie Mandel, Terry Garr, Gary Shandling, Bobby Brown, and Ben Vereen play classic storybook characters in Mother Goose Rock and Rhyme. A mysterious boy from the mountains of Nepal,
It is my duty to become all that I can become.
pursued by the one man who knows his incredible secret.
Without me and the medallion, you'll die.
Eddie Castrodad and Pernell Roberts star in The Night Train to Kathmandu. A compelling story set in the beautiful mountains of Utah is now being completed.
It's quite inspiring, I think, for people to see a story where somebody is inspired to have the courage to do what they're afraid of doing.
A mysterious girl gives a boy and his father the confidence to succeed.
I think she's a witch. And that she thinks I'm a witch because of our odd house and my strange black clothes all the time.
It's a terrific little story, and it was something I thought that my kids would enjoy. I have 2 daughters. And as soon as they found out that I got the part, they signed right up for the Disney Channel.
Sam Bottom stars in the inspirational story, The Witching of Ben Wagner. And in the gorgeous woods of Nova Scotia, Charlton Heston is wrapping up his new role for the Disney Channel.
Harry, to the woodshed. David, in the house.
2 newly orphaned boys must now live with their embittered Scottish grandfather.
I said, if the little boys are good, we have a good chance. I said, if the boys aren't good, we have no chance. And fortunately, they're very good indeed.
The boys make an incredible discovery.
Where'd you get it, Harry? I found it.
And decide to keep it a secret.
I didn't know you found babies, Harry. Well, I found this one, that's enough.
Charlton Heston stars in The Little Kidnappers. The creator of the award-winning Anne of Green Gables presents the mysterious story of a girl in search of her past.
The journey is a supernatural one in many ways because she's dealing with forces that are beyond her control and things that she doesn't understand.
Is my father still alive?
She's believed for almost 12 years of her life that her father has been dead.
Who told you about your father?
Phil said you left him, and Agnes Ripley said it was all my fault.
No, of course it wasn't, dearest. It had nothing to do with you.
Coming in January, Sam Waterston and Colleen Dewhurst star in Lantern Hill. The Disney Channel's commitment to first-rate original entertainment continues with a spectacular lineup of premiere films. Join us now as the Disney Channel salutes the American teacher. Ladies and gentlemen, the First Lady of the United States, Mrs. Barbara Bush.
Robert Lowe teaches government and economics in Alhambra, California. Most of his students are immigrants from Southeast Asia and Latin America. For these new Americans, lessons of American government have a very special meaning. Their eagerness to learn about their new home is matched only by Mr. Lowe's passion to teach them.
When I first started working at Mark Keppel, there was a large Jewish group that lived in the area. There were a lot of Mormons that lived in the area, and so they were the dominant groups as far as student government is concerned, athletics, and that type of thing. Then, toward the end of the 60s, those groups started to move away, and there was a large movement of Hispanic people toward this area, and they were certainly in the majority. And then, of course, without any warning, that all changed.
Going to school sometimes.
In Vietnam, the government was not reluctant to enter houses and look for property and seize property. They didn't have a choice as to where they worked or where they lived. And they have made great sacrifices to leave Vietnam, and I think that they have a deep understanding and a deep appreciation for the meaning of limited government and the opportunities that are available in the United States. What can you tell us about this boat? What is it like? Anybody ever been on a boat like that?
Well, the boat that I went into, people were like overlapping each other at the bottom, inside the deck, and was like so hard to breathe. I mean, it's like people just like lying everywhere. You have like one room for a person, and babies were stacking and stuff.
The first group of people got into the boat, and then we was the second one, because there's a lot of people, so they have to buy into a group. And a few days later, they come back, they say, unfortunately, the boat sank. All the people there died, and now they want us to get in there. And we're so afraid, but then we have to do what they say because we saw some people, they refuse, and they use the rifle to hit them. They speak Cambodian. They say something. They say they don't want to waste their bullet to kill us, so they use the rifle to hit us. And then we were so afraid, so we have to do what they say. So we got on the boat, and I think that's the only meal that we got. It's the best meal. we have fish and a little rice. That's more than what we have in the camp, because I think that's why they say it's almost our turn to death, so they reward us something.
To be able to reach out and touch just one student, that's when teaching becomes special, and Mr. Lowe seems to be able to do that. I like the way he approached students from an even level, not from a hierarchical level, but from an even level, and develop them. And I try to do a lot of the same things with my class. I've got a lot to thank him for.
Can anybody share with us, why anybody would get on a boat like this?
Most people were willing to risk their life because they knew that they will find better lives once they escape the country.
In Vietnam, I never went to school in Vietnam because I'm Chinese, and we live in a very big city, which is Saigon. And Chinese are very limited to as far as education concerned. They don't let you go to school. And I came here with 85, 84. Then I started my first education in my life about 2 years ago, which is my freshman year.
If a kid doesn't seem to have the innate ability to perform at a similar level as one of our own kids, by that I mean one born in the United States, Bob will alter the assignment to take advantage of the kid's strengths. If a kid is an artist or a photographer, you see displays of the things that he does to give the kids the opportunity to communicate with pictures where they may not be able to communicate as well orally. So the kids have a very secure, comfortable environment in this classroom, and they do very well.
Mr. Lowe is the type of teacher is that education is #1 priority for everything. He concentrates a lot about around us, and he wants us to be the best you can be.
I'm really lazy in class. I laugh at jokes all the time and stuff. He always looks at me and goes, "Eli, are you doing your work? Are you falling behind? Hey, come here, take a look at the grade book here." And he'll push me, Sometimes I get like, "Oh, dude, don't push me that hard." But I guess he's pushing me further than any of my other teachers, He's like a model teacher.
He's not doing it for himself. Like, if you push you to do it, it's not that he's picking on you and he's going against you, trying to, give you a hard time. But he really cares inside and he wants us to benefit from it.
Add the number in here and then get the total.
Okay.
I think we have a lot of students that are very industrious, high achievers. They're serious students. They're here to work. They're here to learn, and they are accomplishing several years of education for every year they spend here. And, it's really a joy to have an opportunity to work with students of that caliber that are that dedicated. They refute a lot of educational theories that says that if you go through certain experiences, you can't learn. They're top students, and I think they deserve some recognition. They've overcome unbelievable adversities. You are a financial genius. As far as I'm concerned, there's no place I'd rather teach than Alhambra. It's been a good 30 years.
Here's what's next on the Disney Channel. He's an escaped convict running from his past.
Kicked out of school in 1970 for forging checks. He can change his identity quicker than you change his eye.
Now he's fighting for a new beginning.
Mr. Spooner will be our new English teacher, and he's volunteered to coach wrestling for us. Shane O'Connor?
Got it. He's the only guy I know who got suspended his first day. He's never done anything right.
How did you get to 11th grade without being able to read?
I guess none of the teachers wanted me around 2 years in a row.
Once in a lifetime, you meet someone who changes your world forever.
I want you to come out for the wrestling team. Did you check on his credentials?
Harry seems honest enough to me. Let's hear it for Coach Spooner.
Robert Urich is a different kind of hero.
Just saw so much of myself in you. I wanted you to succeed where I had failed.
In a story about hard knocks, second chances, and beating the odds. Disney Channel Premier Films proudly presents Spooner, exclusively on the Disney Channel. An exclusive world television premiere. Disney Nighttime proudly presents Soul 88, 16 Days of Glory. Emmy Award-winning filmmaker Bud Greenspan unveils his special Olympic vision that chronicles the dreams, aspirations, and ideals of the athletes who participated in the 24th Olympiad. Tonight, relive those unforgettable moments. It's the world television premiere of Soul 88, 16 Days of Glory.
Disneyland celebrates 35 years of magic. With a 12-month celebration kicking off on January 11th, 1990, the Magic Kingdom will observe its 35th birthday, and everyone is invited to party. As a special start to the year-long festivities, Disneyland artists, craftsmen, and performers have been hard at work preparing one of the biggest and most elaborate parades since the opening of the park. With a Party Gras theme, it will feature traditional Mardi Gras elements, appropriately reshaped with Disney magic. Everyone will be invited to join in the fun, as the Party Gras dancers will periodically stop the procession to draw park guests into the show. And setting a larger-than-life tone will be 5 gigantic balloons shaped like favorite Disney characters. Also, as a part of the birthday kickoff, the Walt Disney Company has commissioned the construction of one of the most unusual vehicles since the invention of the wheel. Called Mickey's Mouse-A-Rail, it is built from one of the 1969 monorail cars and spans 40 feet in length, is 11 feet tall, 8 feet wide, and weighs 5 tons. It will make its public debut in the Pasadena Rose Parade and will then embark on a nationwide tour with Mickey Mouse and friends. And what would a birthday be without presents? But instead of getting presents on its birthday, Disneyland will be handing them out. To facilitate this, Disney Imagineers are busily constructing the marvelous Dream Machine. This masterful combination of imagination and technology will award winning park guests some of the biggest prizes in Disneyland's history, ranging from airline tickets to automobiles. The Disney Channel will air a series of special reports throughout the year as birthday party activities unfold. So stay tuned for the latest on this gala celebration.
Prepare to relive the excitement, the spectacle, the phenomenon of Star Wars.
We meet again at last.
I'm Luke Skywalker. I'm here to rescue you.
I got a bad feeling about this. I don't know what all this trouble is about, but I'm sure it must be your fault.
What a piece of junk.
May not look like much, but she's got it where it counts, kid.
In the film that started the Star Wars legacy, all your favorite characters return. Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, Han Solo, R2-D2, C-3PO, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Chewbacca, and the greatest villain of them all, Darth Vader.
It will be a day long remembered.
Feel the Force once again.
The Force will be with you.
When the Disney Channel presents Star Wars.
My girl.
This Sunday on Ready, Steady, Go.
Talking about my girl.
Don't miss the Sunday Night Showcase exclusive presentation of Ready, Steady, Go, the 60s musical celebration.